Welcome to Conversations in Between the Realms, a podcast where the mystical meets the everyday. Join Amanda Nova and Beth Renov each week as we dive into the profound journey of awakening, sharing our experiences, insights, and the lessons that guide us toward our divine purpose. Together, we awaken and guide our souls and others, exploring the magic of living in the 3D while staying connected to the higher realms, embracing the challenges, and celebrating the growth. You've been guided here for a reason. Trust in the journey and let the unfolding begin.
Hello, and welcome back to Conversations in Between the Realms. I'm Amanda Nova, and I'm here as always with the lovely Beth Renov, and we are here amidst several blackouts in the energy and blackouts with Verizon and just crazy electrical things going on. So we're just gonna gab and see what we come up with today, because just so many things are happening. Like, what's happening with you over there?
Well, just everything's just delayed today. I feel like everything's slowed down. Okay, this is really weird. So I had to go drop off a test at Quest, like a lab. And on the way, this person, it's in the morning, it's not dark out, it's not raining. This person flashes their lights at me, and I'm like, that's weird. Then there was a FedEx truck in front of me, and a second later, their brakes were blinking. And all of a sudden, I don't know why in my head, I was like, they're trying to tell you to slow down, even though I wasn't going fast.
Yeah.
3 seconds later, a cop was there.
Wow.
It was they were trying to tell me hey, we need to just be careful. And there have been so many electrical things, my lights, I had a client on Saturday. My lights were going nuts the entire time.
You're an electrical or whatever. You probably broke Verizon, thanks. Probably did.
I'm just controlling the electric. I probably made Verizon go out somehow.
You did. I have a headache. It's you blew out the entire tri-state. Thanks.
Right. Yeah. I think my wife and I are electromancers, or they're called, I feel like they're called sliders or something, really weird.
That is so sketchy. Can you tell everybody what that is? Because that was the first time I ever heard of it. And I read all these funky fantasy books too. So to me, I think necromancy, and I'm like, you're not raising the electricity though. You're not raising it from the dead. You're putting it out.
Wait, I swear it's called a slider. Electronic. It's called oh, wait, okay. Someone who makes electronics go out.
Yes, this is somebody who energetically, their energy is so heightened that they basically break all of their electronics. And people, you might notice it during, I don't know, a full moon or an energy surge when I talk about the Schumann resonance. And Beth and her wife were noticing that they were breaking their VCRs. Yes. Oh my God, I said VCR.
Okay, it is VCR because we traveled back to the 90s. But yes.
You're breaking
okay, it is called it's called a slider. Okay, so my wife goes to this liquor store and she was buying, I think, a bottle of wine. We were going somewhere. And all of a sudden, and she had been there before and the same thing happened and the same woman was working. Every time she tried to use the credit card machine, it just went out. Mm-hmm. And the woman goes to her, I think you're a slider. And she's like, excuse me? What does that mean? She's like, I'm the same way. You just make electronics go out. Mm-hmm. And then I realized it's also me, because everywhere we go, our last apartment too, our lights were flickering. So it says a slider, a person who makes electronics malfunction energetically, causing flickering lights or devices shut down. Someone with high sensitivity to electromagnetic fields, or an energy sensitive who unintentionally disrupts technology due to strong emotions or high energy. And she's so high energy, so that makes so much sense.
Well, the two of you together probably take out your whole house. I could only imagine.
Oh my God, if we were in Harry Potter, we'd destroy those Dementors.
I can't. It's so ridiculous. And I bet so many people listening are oh my God, I do that too.
Absolutely.
There's so many people.
It is, and I think it's more common than people think, and I bet you anything the Verizon thing was someone, like, with really high energy just made
Huh.
that
Yeah, like definitely somebody
completely
did that.
blackout.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so funny. And it's so interesting because I feel like, ooh, a gigantic hawk just flew by as I was like gazing up there.
Ooh.
Ooh, hello sign. Um there were these two blackouts that happened, and it feels very much like to me like last week we had these gigantic surges in the energy. And so having these blackouts now following like two major surges, now two major blackouts, to me feels like an intentional slowdown, like this
Yeah.
intentional like integration of the more high frequency energy. And it feels to me too like there are some timeline jumps and quantum leaps happening for some people, because
Mhm.
I feel like the opposite is almost true for me. Like the beginning of the week before all of this, I felt very unmotivated. I felt very like slow. I felt like, I don't know, I just like wasn't like in a good space. And then like following the blackouts, like I've been in a better place. Like I almost feel like things are starting to
Mhm.
come together and like aligning. And I
Yeah.
haven't felt like that in a really long time, where I feel like things are starting to like align. So I feel like there's like this integration period happening where like our energy is starting to line up with the energy of the new year, which we were talking about. Like it hadn't really happened yet because we're still in that shedding, but I feel like we're coming through now. Like it's like now we're kind of in that final phase and like really coming through. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I just have this feeling like that's gonna happen for me in the next 2 weeks.
Hmm.
I don't feel that yet. I feel very like scattered, and I feel like I have like makes sense now, but I feel like I have energy just coursing through me like all the
Hmm.
time.
Yeah.
I cannot shut off my brain. I can't relax. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I'm really irritable because it feels almost like involuntary that like I just have energy pulling stuff
Yeah.
out of me and so much is coming to the surface. And
Yeah.
I like wrote a blog a Substack on it. This is going to be another one of those year-end things where it's just me saying,
Yeah, exactly.
like our wrap
No
up.
said words. Well,
Oh.
and coming to the surface, like was talking about like itchy. Like, are you itchy? Like, I'm having such
Yes.
bad histamine
Wait.
stuff.
Yes,
Like,
me too.
yeah,
On my face, like,
yeah.
and
I
my
have them like
back, but,
all
like
over my body. My hands are like
yes.
breaking out, and it does feel like this pulsing beneath the surface of this
Mhm.
like energy wanting to break out of your skin. Like that's how I was feeling too. Like I feel like if I was just sitting here like a couple days ago, like I was feeling like my energy was going to burst out of my body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it feels like. It's like my skin is not strong enough to contain it, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spontaneously combust one day.
Yeah.
But so if I'm not here, you know what happened.
Just like the house just combusts and you're just like,
I just combust, and you'll find little pieces
oh
of
my
me
god.
everywhere.
Oh my god, please
But
don't. I don't think I could handle
no.
that. But like I do feel like that is like again like why the slowdowns are necessary though, because it's like
Yeah.
all of this energy, like again your physical body has to catch up. Like our physical bodies are not prepared for this, and we have done so much work. Like we talk about this all the time, like how much has changed over the last year, the last 2 years. Like we are so much more sensitive to the energy than we were. And one of the things that like, I'm really like clued into right now, especially with the book, is like this idea of like being a conduit and not being a vessel for energy, meaning that like
Hmm.
energy has to move, it has to run through us. And so a lot of times what happens is that like it gets stuck, and that's what causes tension, what causes pain, that's what causes like dissonance. It gets stuck. So we always think like, oh, we're a vessel, we hold energy. We're not supposed to hold it, it's supposed to move through us. So you're feeling all
Love
that
that.
pent up, it's got to move, like you got to move it through. So that's like probably
Yeah.
also what's happening, is it needs to like, it's got to go.
Yes. Oh my god. You just like hit it. Like bullseye. Conduit. We are not supposed to be a vessel. Love
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Did you just snap for yourself?
But yeah, I'd say
Yay, I love
snaps
it.
for me.
No, I do. I think that's so true because That's so interesting you say that, because whenever I'm like starting to do energy work, or I don't know, I've never called it that before, but I guess that's what we're doing. I say, I'm like, I'm a vessel of information, but I'm really
Mhm.
a conduit. I'm
Yeah.
not a vessel. And I need to change that. And maybe that's why I hold on to so much energy, is because I'm
Mhm.
like saying the wrong things. And like
Right.
words have been so intentional. And
Mhm.
one thing I did notice was I was manifesting like rapid speed like a few weeks
Mhm.
ago. It was like
Yeah.
everything I thought would just happen, and it
Yeah.
was really wild and crazy. And like down to like small, really small things, like the other day someone really slow was going in front of me. I'm like, "Go right." And I'm like, "But you have to like picture them going right so they will get out of your way." And
Right.
then then they did, like it was
Right.
just like little small things where I'm like, you need to go I need to picture this and like engineer this to happen in the way that I need it to happen right now.
Right.
And I know that like the bigger things are coming, they're just not going to come that fast.
Mhm.
So I feel like there's such a shift from last year. I feel like the energy is going in fast forward,
Mhm.
but our bodies, like you said, can't keep
Right.
up with that.
It can't. And it's about that too. Like I always thought the same way too. Like I'd be like, I have to take care of my vessel. Like it's a vessel, but like
Mhm.
it's not. And also like think about this, like taking it a step further. Like we talk about disease and different things like pain, tension, all being misalignment. So what I've channeled through, like as I've been working on this, is like, okay, it's getting stuck. The trauma and all these different things are getting stuck because the energy is trying to move through. When the energy comes in that's misaligned, right? Like an emotion that's like just a
Mhm.
different frequency, right? Like not good or bad, just different frequency, like a trauma. It's getting stuck, it's getting stored because it's not the same frequency of the energy that's moving through. So that's how we're storing things. So when I'm clearing something from somebody, like I'm moving the energy through them. Like that's what they're feeling when they're feeling
Mhm.
things like release, like it's moving it through because it's supposed to be cycling all the time.
Right.
And but we
Right.
hold on to things because we're like, I want to hold on to this feeling. I want to hold on to this frequency. I want to hold on to this, but it's supposed to be changing all the time. It's not supposed to be one
Right.
thing.
So I almost see like the inner body, because we've like called it a vessel. It like has sticky tape like on the sides of it.
Hmm.
So it's like things stick to it, and like
Yeah.
I when you keep saying conduit, I see it just like ripping the sticky tape off.
Hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
you shouldn't have anything that it can hold on to. It needs to be like slick. So
Flowing
it
through.
like just
Yeah.
goes. Yes.
Like it should just be
Yes.
flowing through and it should be moving. And that's like being in flow and like feeling
Right.
like in flow. And you have to take care of your body, but like your body is like when I say the conduit too, like it's the conduit for creation. So like when you're flowing
Mhm.
and the energy's flowing, then to your point, you're able to manifest so much easier because you have that energy running through you and you can apply it to create whatever you want. And
Right.
you notice the difference, like, too, like, everyone always says about manifesting, like, having that confidence of like it's already done. And I feel like the difference when you like really know something's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yes.
feel like you can really tell the difference when you're like kind of doubting it. And then other times where like you really know something's going to happen and you're like, that's going to happen. Like, it's done. It's
Yeah.
already done.
It's like a clear cognizance of like, yeah, I don't even need to doubt. Like
Yeah.
doubt doesn't even factor in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think another thing that's coming to me is like with this rush of energy, so many gifts, like my gifts are changing, and some of them are actually bringing up past ones that feel really dormant for some reason.
Hmm.
I feel like you said to me you need to start writing again. And like I feel like a few months ago or something. And Lauren and I were looking through our phones. I don't even know why, but like audio recordings. And I used to do these really funny rap like songs. And like during COVID, our friend and I, and our other friend Lauren and we were so bored that we're like, okay, let's take a word and make up a rap. And we have to record it, have a contest. But they were so good. And then I like went through my audio and I have so many. And I just used to write so much. And then all of a sudden, like ideas for TV shows and movies
Yeah.
and books like keep coming through. And I'm like, I need to start writing again. It's like
Yeah.
something unlocked. And I have a 14-year period where there's almost like this cloud that's been over me,
Mm-hmm.
and that girl Allison was like, you have like a lot of lessons that you needed to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that stunted a lot of my gifts where I'm like a very creative person and words are my thing. I
Mm-hmm.
speak them, but I'm also really good at writing. I used to do stand up all the time. And then there all of a sudden I just like couldn't write, and it's been coming back like almost like it feels like vomit. I'm like, I can't keep it in. Like I have to like start writing. So I feel like my gifts are changing in that way too. I think they're coming in stronger with the like all the clairs and the mediumship and it's I don't know how, but this is going to connect in some way. And
Yeah.
I can't quite see it yet, but I just feel like even from a year ago, our gifts are so much different,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Well, and I think too, like, so what's coming to mind for me, like, I think, well, first of all, definitely doing channeled writing,
Right.
speaking and all of that. I mean, the words carry codes, but also like I'm thinking about, I'm going to be working with your brother on something that I haven't done in a long time or done. I
Hmm.
have been doing it, but not really, right? Like
Right.
for myself.
Right.
And it activated something in me. And I thought about it, and I was talking to a client about activating different parts of your creativity and activating different parts of your brain. So like you're saying, like it's like working on different things, I think does help us in other areas because it's a different way of thinking. And I was telling one of my clients, like, she was just telling me she's in such a rut. She's so stagnant. And I was like, you need to break up the monotony, just do anything
Hmm.
different to just break it
Right.
up. And that's how I feel about like, working on a different project that's not in the realm of spirituality. It just allows me
Right.
to work other parts of my brain so that my
Right.
creativity can breathe in other areas. Like I just feel like we
Right.
need to work those other muscles sometimes. Like, and
Hmm.
sometimes we get burnt out from like I think I needed like a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was
You did.
really fried, and I
Yeah.
think it's the same thing with you. Like, I think you needed to not be writing, and now you need to be writing. You know what I mean? Like, I just think we
Right.
go through periods with things, and then it also wakes up other stuff. It's like,
Totally.
oh, I'm also, good at this, or I also can see this, and I forgot that I could do, and like all those things then
Right.
come to the surface.
Right. And it's just like I forget how much like I used to be on Fiverr and write people like custom really funny poems for like weddings and stuff.
Please do
And it's
that.
like they were so good and it's like so
Mhm.
second nature for me. Like I
Yeah.
really don't even have to try. And I just like absolutely love it. And like
Hmm.
why not if I can make some money off of it,
Yeah.
right? But it's just it is activating a different part of my brain
Hmm.
that if you want to look at IFS, which like I'm not like I'm not trained in it. I've
It's a
definitely
different
like
part of you.
exactly, but it all talks about parts, but these are the way that you make yourself whole is because these have been so dormant. They've been like asleep and you're
Hmm.
waking up. And when we talk about like you waking people up and certain people waking up, it's parts of your brain that just either haven't been activated or have been sleeping. And I totally feel like my brain is very lit up right now. And maybe
Hmm.
that's why I feel like even on this podcast, it seems like I've done lines of coke, but like, it's just the energy. Just the
Like you're
energy.
just feeding off of my like that's how I feel like I've been lately too. Like I'm like
Yeah.
really like jazzed. I'm like ooh,
Right.
doing lines of
Yeah.
energy.
Lines of energy.
Lines of energy. That's a
Positive vibes.
new slogan. Yeah, doing lines of vibes. Yeah, that's how it feels. I feel like I want to somebody that did a session with me recently like came out of it feeling like they went on like a trip, and I was like, yeah, it's a drug free it's a drug free psychedelic trip
No,
for sure.
it is. I'm sorry. Like some of the things I've seen when you've worked on me, I'm like, was I tripping? And then after, I'm like, so like, whoa. Like when I get
Yeah.
up from it, It
Yeah.
really is. Like, you don't need drugs with you.
I
Like, you
know.
are the drug.
I am a drug. I know. But something you said I've been thinking about a lot too. Obviously, we're always on the same wavelength, but like this idea of the sleeper gifts that become awakened and activated. And I think it's multifaceted. I think it's in our brain. I think like pathways that we have already that are closed down or they're dormant. I think that those open and become activated. I think that was one of the reasons I had my seizure. Like, I think it was like opening a pathway. And then it's also the DNA that we have in us,
Mm,
like getting activated. It all exists within us. And I believe that those pathways, that DNA, all that lives within us does hold our gifts, our intuition, all of the things that we have as a light being that we forget when we come here. So it's like as we open them and have access to them, then of course our intuition comes on more because that's who we
right.
really are. We
Oh,
have those
absolutely.
gifts.
It's like your inner radar, right?
Mhm.
And there's a reason it was shut down. I think we have it on when we're children, but it's like either through internalized experiences and what we tell ourselves, trauma, wanting to fit in. We turn a lot of those things off. So it's really an awakening. And again, I really just want to say this keeps coming up is like your gift might not be like clairvoyance or light language. It might be painting. It might be
Mhm.
working with people. It doesn't have to be in the spiritual realm. That's still a gift and it's still spiritual in the sense that you are connecting. If it's anything connecting with other people, that's really spiritual,
Mhm.
because you are able to communicate messages that create this domino effect.
Right.
So, I really want to like stress that because I think people feel like unless I'm a psychic and can tell you what's going to happen or I can talk to someone, who's passed and like go into other realms, like, if I'm not what do you call it again? Like the Arcturian, like what,
Like a star seed?
starseed, thank you.
Yeah.
That word wants to be lost.
I
I
know
don't know
it
why,
does.
but
It does. I know. Yet, like every time I have somebody and they come from, I don't know what other thing to say. I'm like, your origin, your celestial origin. I don't even
right,
know.
right.
It does want to get
But,
lost.
you don't have to have that. Like, it doesn't
Mhm.
mean that there's not a purpose for you here. It doesn't mean that, like, whatever gift you have, and it doesn't even have to be something, we think of creative like art, and I know we've talked about this before. It does not have to be that. It can literally
Right.
be creating dialogue, creating systems within your company,
Mhm.
like anything that, lights you up and that's really unique to you is your gift.
Yeah.
I don't want people to feel like, oh, I don't have it. I feel like a lack. It just doesn't look the same for everybody. And maybe you want something somebody else has, but maybe you're not looking and being grateful and really appreciating what you have. And that's why we feel the lack and start to compare. But you have to really look at yourself and be like, what makes me unique and what can I offer that other people don't?
Mhm. And I would say that I believe that everybody is gifted. I do.
Me
Like I
too.
think it's at different different levels of coming out, right? Or different, just everybody has a different set, right? And everybody has a different, level with different ones. Like I had someone come to me on Friday, and she already knew that she was like really good with like her claircognizance and clairvoyance, and she
Hmm.
wanted to like open those gifts. And then, I got this download that like she has like hands of healing. And I was like,
Hmm.
do you get hot in your hands? Your hands get itchy. And she's like, yeah, all the time. I'm like, well, you can heal through your hands. But she didn't know that, like that wasn't one of
Mm,
the things that she knew. Like, I think people are using their gifts all the time. Anytime you have an idea, any type of creativity, really, which could be as like teachers, like anybody, like anything you do,
mhm.
I think you are working intuitively. Anytime you're in flow with, you lose track of time, I think you're getting a download. Like I really think people are doing it all the time and they don't realize.
Right. And like here's another example that's like not spiritual or creative in the way you think creative is at all. My friend, unfortunately, her father passed over the holidays, and we went to the wake, and I'm not kidding that like streets were closed down because her father was that big
Mm,
of a social guy that everybody knew him. Like you had to wait in a line just to like say hi to all of them,
mhm,
you know, and there was like no parking because like the entire town was pretty much closed down. And my friend is exactly the same way. She's in HR and recruiting, and this girl is a magnet, like a
mhm.
magnet for people. I don't know anybody else with the amount of friends she has. Everybody's like, she's my best friend. And that is her gift, is connection, and the dialogue that comes out of her mouth. Her personality just shines. And you are just like magnetically attracted
Yeah,
to this
she's just a
person.
light.
And she is a light, and it makes socialization really easy for her. It makes her job, she kills it. She's like one of the head people at Prudential, you know, so it's not
Mhm.
like this small time thing. She is so respected, and that is her gift, but I don't think she would look at herself and like realize that, you
Right,
know?
right.
So
Yeah,
it's really these like things that maybe you don't realize about yourself, but they are so special. Like I don't really know anybody else like that. I'm certainly not like that, you know? So like I can talk to people and I can like really get in there, but I'm not like a magnet for people in the
no.
way she is. Like everybody just wants to be around this girl and like be friends with her.
No, I can turn it on and then I will like do that somewhere and then I don't want to talk to anybody for like 3 days. So I like ruin all of those friendships. Like I am the person that like I will be somewhere and everyone will flock to me and everyone will be like, I want your
Yeah.
number. And then I leave and I don't answer anybody's text messages and everyone gives up on me eventually. That's me. I'm like, I don't want to
Right.
talk to you guys ever again. But thank you for
Yeah.
having me. I'm glad I charmed everyone in the room. Gotta go.
Right.
Hate people.
No, I feel like I'm charming. But you know what? With like certain people, I feel like I'm not. Like
Yeah.
I can't be fake. And maybe
Hmm.
that is a gift of mine, but like I can't.
Yeah. You are very
I'm not
authentic.
in I if I'm not like on your level, like it's not that I'm judging you, it's just like we're a mismatch. Like I have nothing
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
And there's something in me that can't be like overly friendly. And I don't know why, but I'm just
Yeah.
like not feeling it, you know?
Yeah. Well, it also gets to that point too, like, like as we are, like, once you start really being your true self, I do feel like it gets really hard to be fake, to
Yeah.
lie, to like, cover. My husband and my mom were making fun of me yesterday because they said that I have the worst poker face ever. Like I can't lie. Like they said that like I'll be like and like make this really funny face, and they were trying to trick me because my dad had his surgery. He's not supposed to
Oh yeah.
drive, and I was supposed to take him to the bank. So he gets in the car. In his car, he's like, I'm gonna heat it up. So I go outside and he's like, get in the car. And I'm like, Dad, you can't drive. Like you can't drive. Like he's like, get in the car. And I'm like, okay, and now I'm an accomplice to this like whole thing going on.
Right.
So he's like, don't tell your mom, like, don't tell your mom. So anyway, then I'm like downstairs and my mom starts going, I know you want to drive, Pete, but you can't drive. And I start going like, this is my coffee. She just like, I'm like, and my mom's like, why are you making that face? I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, she's like, I already know, but like, you are the worst.
Right.
Keeping secrets. I'm like,
Oh
I
my
just
god.
can't. I have no ability to be anything else than who I am. I just can't.
Also, your dad just had major
I
surgery.
know.
He needs to take it easy.
That's another conversation for another time, but I was definitely an accomplice to that. Yeah,
Well, stop enabling.
I know. I know. I wanted to give him one moment and then I
I
drove the rest
know.
of the time. You feel bad. You want to put wind in
I
somebody's
know you're
sails.
lying right now.
What?
I'm
No, I
kidding.
did.
I'm joking.
Drive. No, I did drive because Rob was like, if you come home and I see you in the driver's seat and I don't see you in the driver's seat, I'm calling your mom. And I was like, shit. I was like, we're
God.
fucked. Yes. So anyway, I do think, yes, we got a little off topic there, but like
Yeah.
stepping into your truth, accessing your gifts. And I do think the more that you lean into all of this, knowing yourself and opening,
Yeah.
the more that you access it. So, of course, a year ago, things are going to look different because you've you and I and you, the general you, like who's working on themselves, you're revealing so much more of
Right.
yourself when you're doing this, like on this journey. And I think that that's really cool. Like, I mean, there are points of trauma and shadow, like we've talked about doing the work, but it's
Mhm.
also like, you get to a fun part. Like, I feel like,
Mhm.
in the fun of it now, there's still
Yeah.
tears, but like, I feel like we're having fun now.
Yeah, totally. I feel like last year was intense, not gonna
No,
lie, but
2025 was absolutely a fucking nightmare. Like,
and I remember going in being like, "This is gonna be a great year." It
yeah,
was just, like,
well,
immediately horrible.
Rob says that he said it in 2020, and then I was like, "You're never allowed to fucking say that again." And then like
Yeah.
he like goes to say he's like, he said it in 2025, and I was like, "If you say that for 2020," he's like, "I think this is going to be our year." I'm like, "Don't you fucking dare. Don't you
You
dare."
know, and the thing is, like, every year, even when it's bad, you grow, because you learn something different, you peel back another layer, and healing and understanding yourself is not supposed to be smooth sailing because
Mhm.
then you're bypassing something,
Right.
But the fact that we can find the fun in it, I think is the difference. It's not that fun wasn't there. I don't know that we could recognize it, right? So it's really recognizing things about yourself, and same with the shadow. Like, what comes to mind is one of my brothers. He was so repressed, like, and he's going through this terrible divorce. But before, I'm like, Matt, you need to like feel your feelings. He's like, I feel my feeling. He was like so defensive, and I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, you don't have any idea what you feel. He's like, I do, and he would like get so mad. And then all of a sudden, last year has been just this
Yeah.
like vomit of emotion, and he's just like never felt it before. And
Yeah.
so I think we can be blind to what we are blind to, like,
Mhm.
so when it reveals itself to us, it can feel really intense, but being able to feel and release, as painful and uncomfortable as it is,
Mhm.
that allows you to have fun after,
Right. Right.
because you're not, because when you numb one thing, you're numbing everything.
Right. Right.
So now you
Yeah.
get the full range of emotion. And I think that's why we're also able to have fun, is like we're not numbing as much.
Right. And one of the purposes, of being here is to come and experience the range of emotions. That is one of the purposes. Another one is to
Hmm.
remember. And then we also all have
Right.
individual purposes and missions, right? Like, there's a variety, but experiencing all of that is a part of it. And if all else fails, you can just do lines of energy work. Just
Right. Do
do
lines of high
lines. Yeah,
frequency.
do lines of frequency. Coming up on Frequency RX, your
Right.
dose is lines.
I really think, like, and listen, like, that's really why we're here. We want to like point out this stuff. We want you to be on the journey as we're on the journey. We really want to help you find that purpose. And because I think that's what makes life worth it, right?
Yeah.
So that is really what we do. And we clear things out of the way so you can fulfill that purpose. It's not even just like understanding what it is, it's like, how do we get to the place where we're living that? And I think that is legitimately what living authentically means.
Mhm.
So we also all talk about authenticity. That's what authenticity is like really understanding, why am I here? What am I meant to be here for? And it doesn't have to be like, I need to be president of like my country. It could be like,
Right.
or like create like the cure to cancer. It can be that like my friend, she understands her gift of being that light and that magnet, and it helps her in every single area.
Mhm.
So we really want to do that for you guys. And we hope you are, if you're just tuning in, go back and listen to the past year, because I think we do a really good job of helping you understand that. There's tips along the way. We are hoping to really get more in depth this year and work with us, because we want to be there with you and help you do this. So I don't know if you have anything to add, but
No, I agree on all things. Yeah, come see us if you need support. I think this year is going to be a major major shift, and
mhm.
we're here for it. So, let us know, and we will see you next time.
Yes. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.